Dr. Ryan, nyame adom ahoɔden wɔ hɔ.
Na we di ma main fan to just say emse na nka ye topic no na sisia na eja ye tia me na so wo chehene asɛm a wo ka sɛ amanfo ye dede dodo ɛfa ye free SHS ho na wo sra wo no munjai sa free SHS dede no I said the nkofo special mo sorry tia free SHS no. I don't know so we hunu sa a article no na we hunu we take on it here there.
Dr. Ryan, dedi kan mamenka Okyehene Ghana ni.
Yeah.
And at any point in time bia no said amanfo si kyerɛ ɔmo adwen no ɔno so eti kyerɛ na adwen.
Correct.
Won kyerɛ wa adwen to impugn obi adwen kyerɛ wa kyerɛ. So we need to respect one another's view. Maybe from where he's sitting, he thinks free SHS is okay. There is no problem with it. But the other people are also a very critical view about the whole free SHS program. And in all this conversation, nobody is seeking to rubbish the essence of the free SHS program. Because me no watra platform is what can be. Yes. The constitutional framers thought that time will come, education will become the driving force. Lead the world economy. And just say you could do baby, na say no ya wa hoden say you bet me introduce free education. Ya mak ho kwan na enko. Caveat na da ho a omo introduce progressive free education. Say they identified a certain economic challenge at that time, no, not possible. And got constitutional premise 1992 now, and you have to tomb. And chroma pencil, there were certain limited free SHS. Only said the economic conditions in the country then you couldn't support nationwide free SHS. And the idea, your history crown, a jetum say a idea about why. And I am not sure, say, Obi better baby. I demonize free SHS because I could for Adonai, ebia. While running in a national scale, but the problems Ghana for are entitled to speak about the problems. So you don't conclude and say some people are seeking to sabotage free SHS. To sabotage, I aware that I are criminally intended. So the very moment you say obi deliberately, in an evil manner, as sabotage free SHS, then that person, you become a criminal. You can equally be picked by the security for whether investigation be to authenticate those facts. But I'm not sure, you can provide the evidence. Some people are working to sabotage free SHS. I'm not sure because
also matron for any teachers sabotage. It is sabotage. It's just deliberately destroying free SHS.
I want to make by matron teacher. The interest in the same. In this whole free SHS scheme of affairs. These are not politicians. And if so politics now, people who are placed at this strategic position, or my other contract more, and no more supply and are people, sometimes they come from party lines. And local secondary school, my matron teachers, then as for individually, they all have their political parties, but they don't go there to do politics. So I genuine problems and no more complaining about government. So you as Okyehene, you wield a position of influence. The obey to me say kasa na all can target a business of more saboteers. Kasa he could have channeled that particular kasa to a bind by speaking to government genuinely. These people don't often talk. When you see matrons of secondary schools, teachers of secondary school, complaining because not grounds. They know what is going on. Okyehene into school them, what in a him fear, said we open the V8 coba or here's a car, I could find the man as for. So the problems are not team our grounds or no. Only and these are people, unless Okyehene Bab on Tiabaka say, oh, Meti say problems, echo free SHS, me and Kasa Matiti, ya call grounds, ya visited a number of schools, and I realize a teacher for and then your friend is saying matrons they sabotage your friend is saying free SHS program, no? Then with that particular analysis, people will lend certain credence to those claims. But as our Okyehene out at this level, now we stoop so low by saying things as your children also say proof you don't have any proof. I'm not sure say is anything worthy. A pass I don't know man for Chinebe room say or your politics ama your friend say President Akufo-Addo no, and in the past that has always been the way. And America no, you can't begrudge him for expressing his opinion. You Ghana for. So be or he no be or entitled to his opinion. But what you men tena baby in case obi adwen kira watwere ne se bi nyansa anima na say obi ya de etia ban because omo grounds or they feed the children. And Dr. Rand, the last time I told you I spoke to enyame kwa na meti hona teacher ni bi frame me Danny Hall prefect one of the secondary schools. I don't want to mention them. Now some abrante de catch them me on the grounds what they are going through. Are you aware say secondary schools barter system, barter trade no that is what they are doing.
Hey,
yes, me that's already ne. Na say me wo sugar na do so a. Na ma bra obi. Na won so wo rice and wa bra me bi. Wo beans and wa bra me bi na me so ma bra kokko. This is what is going on the ground. Clearly a child said they have genuine problems. And according to him,
Mikaise Yenua Mr. Buedi can say some students, SHS students are resorting to a barter trading to secure food for their students. He says, "No, working."
Good. Because a Danny Hop prefect teacher Nyankasa frame and he's and you see the witch hands.
Now we cried the Okasmayam Budi in the crown. A friend is a Nagrat, Dr. Ayakukufu. A friend is a maybe we do or deny about this particular way, but some of the schools about out head teachers need be out because no crepa that was 2023 and 2022 yes. And 2024 so you say a kosopa.
Yes, it's a problem. And you see, and the war can semna position now what remember can some was and again with the young school now we need evidence we need bibiano now no wonder Joy FM for suma or journalists investigation. I think they add it on all their platforms. And Dr. Ren, so we share documentary now and how we and then has to do with Enriane Yademan Crom secondary school. Kwanya and the stress our school for go through, the quality of food I had the more school. These are real challenges. I am not sure say Okyehene betimi say the cost and so you see when you hold the position of influence like this, what you are used to, yes, what they say would influence social change, would influence economic change, even political change. You can would influence it because you hold a prominent position. Sabaya society benya some faso. But was our position, now we free say, oh, you are doing a burden of a particular government, and they are no cobble crana. What you like? Why is that? Say you Ramos, the independent, I'll be defending. A time will come, you will lose your respect. And you see, a number of social media platforms are because you see, there are genuine problems at all grounds, and we cannot run away from the fact. My culture say free SHS is a good policy, it has come to stay, it is not going anywhere. But there are challenges because when you fast while you roll out, and my culture say you promise and you roll out because so percent roll out free education policy. Dr. Ren, as a policy person, you know the processes that you need to go through. You engage the critical stakeholders. Now, you identify the key problems. Then at the implementation stage, you know why you first of all roll out to an creative problem. But and we all can walk through the number of challenges. I started day one. They are still there. Issues that have to do with accommodation, issue that has to do with feeding, school feeding, whole lot of issues. And we are talking about education. Education at a level and the defining future. Education at a level and let's set the stage for them for the rest of their life. We cannot toy and joke with it. Over the years, we've been battling with the quality of education. And recently, one of the university lecturers, Bina Oka said, and free secondary school no more back university. Sometimes some are untrainable. The word is untrainable. But these are people who have gone through the secondary school system and maybe no grade 6, or no grade 7, or in the past, but these people are untrainable. Then it raises a question about quality of education. And quality cannot be discussed in isolation. There are other factors. Quality and key among it are feeding, accommodation, and some of these issues, the quality of tuition available to these kids. So you see, this is not politics. The problems around free SHS obianim. So you cannot, or Okyehene cannot be Sergio Ramos or why not be some go defend it. These things are indefensible. Position now, just use it. Impress on the president. Tell him, say, Charlie, so we in some amount for Kenya. So is he saying that Nipa no more say free SHS problem no? Omunim nyansa anasa saying, because joy for your documentary. And there has been an even World Bank or crack culture and say we should review the policy. There has been a number of international organizations that raises a quality of education and a compromise, and that there is the need for us to review the education, this particular free SHS. There are real challenges. So nobody is sabotaging anybody. Nobody is working at teacher matron or school no ya na dwuma no onye NDC ni no onye CPP ni no onye we or sabotage aban ayedan teacher ni na o kire nkra na de no or sabotage o ma ayedan. So our evidence say indeed Obi is working against government. It's a treasonous act. So anything be we here be would sabotage or mine kan ko bia no, it is a treasonable act. You can be tried in a court of competent jurisdiction or only basis be to say that. And I'm sure say over the years we're getting involved in politics on the bad side of the people, where majority of the people think say nema we nkoye no ababonten no abakakasa bi asabi odwen ho a ona no mete say okakasa bi say omo market size aban no o say omo ye dem o you so word bi
say mama kaima we or see people who criticize the Kufuado are villagers, uncivilized villagers. They are witches and wizards. Or no Okyehene san or kai uncivilized villagers, witches. And now we're criticize the Kufuado.
How can Okyehene use these bush words kind of great? These are bush words. You don't expect them to come from Okyehene. You understand? Because the fact is Okyehene watch no. So nipa na oya watchman or that abontin so every right, because this is a democratic dispensation. Sa na teacher ni no chira de no wa adwen. Nti wo na adwen enye pie. It doesn't mean say oya uncivilized and so you crasini. And maybe you know
also yeah the witches and wizards, any villagers obi obe criticize the Kufuado bia no or your witch or your wizard or say a villager.
You see sometimes they are not see you to know a cassette but you see so one position who ye now kokaka to say ya you've opened yourself up and obia beka bi achero and babi through no I don't expect him to be engaging himself in some of these things, because in the past I am Okyehene adwama hama pencil so a demonstration will kroma say
hey ona na him I have perform year demonstration mahama time no do mo do so
ona na him for your demonstration samre no. Now, or you're uncivilized, and because he was criticizing government, and now or saboteurs. You see, some of these casano, young fan teacher of mine, or your panini, baby, I would do no, I am sure, sir, or Tenasino, Jin and 7 or sometimes, who say, not involved, and their manners, and then you to know who or more, or say, or more uncivilized, Dr. Ren, the understanding about the concept politics will shock you. They even understand it even better than some of these because they are living through the realities, unfortunately, and then with a tap on your phone, you can do research, find out what is happening elsewhere, do comparative analysis and those kind of stuff. So never underestimate the intelligence of today's youth. And I say so because onimshe, that word onimshe, it's a bush word that you shouldn't use it. You understand? Because it will shock you. Some of the and some are about politics. So there are genuine problems. Our contribution be on farm thing. Who said these are the problems I young resolve it. Issue banner teacher for no can. Issue banner matrons no can. Are they real? Are they genuine problems? Yes, there are genuine problems. As our Hene ideas banner mewo. Quite by now, first of all, use power to influence or impress on government to do these things. Because I know the I am quite young quite sebi. Yes, future leaders, no, or more that we can't do politics with it. We cannot do politics with the life of those kids. Because our future, depending on the kind of education at the moment. Make sure Joy News documentary na make and Dr. Ren. My name is Awasha. Osha ubesu. Enriane ne nema enkraedi. In the name of this school feeding, I went to one of the schools in Techiman. Na madam for baako ye teacher nina. Okofa enkra na bia na de breme. Se menhwe. Hey, Dr. Ren. Menya sure say aduawo de mo se bi obi kraman kra obedi. Kraman yo.
Me say a friend is saying your platform is so Otuaba TV Ivy or US are share Obekai lady now call Ghana now during the COVID-19 now we musisi abro a yabro chiri for no what tijine mo ya santoa a fight say it is not right no what try db ewa ha say na mpese me kenkan na yetoa so na mamen kai mo so am friend say mesre mo a enche me bie phone lines no Eiii Ivan atnas inti misre mo amunya abotrema ne flow na ansa na wi a mama go ya course no ba no munya abotre kakra mfa mame na me kai unsusu se dwumedi ya matnas ye allo going to go for so other room and o maboa me a ejamede drive talk no brewo no allo going to go ha ban ti de benefit ne dawson e bi say antioxidant properties, anti-inflammatory effects, and blood sugar, regulation, digestive health, immune system support, relaxation, and sleep aid. Etumi boa emao eda kama sanso ena eboa ma relax. Frewamo ewo 07796236426 and I say frewamo 07552527877 eno ana me menom me no many other tea and milk age baby I me do no milk no me no sir allo going to get have 19 amenum experience the natural anti-inflammatory properties of soursop leaf which can help produce which can help reduce swelling and discomfort. Drinking soursop tea from dehydrated leaves can also relieve relaxation and stress. Now my main call Ivy asema wacho was say where is it? I said, Doc, don't forget the lady we spoke to Kweji Agri senior secondary school. The state of their living conditions and feeding in a deplorable state, and how the government went to the school and questioned why they had to show their evil deeds out there. And don't forget how they had to hide the boy who was asking for help for him and his co-student. And the question is school ya minua by senkame mane kwan wa kasa. So I ready am ma ndwangasa aba no aba kyerɛkyerɛ sansem nim. Efa sene ye kanua no ho nsem ya, and one of the student felt say wodi tudwa. Ave kra na afi di aban no mom no tata the student no. And can you imagine see a tikrumu a aja ye ka say you are what you eat. Enti school no de offer DW research be a many one by somewhere around 2000 and I think 2010 thereabout in Ghana. Now we much say the crudianti our mind Ghana for na enwene enkwachi embisa questions and they say eduane no ayedi no bebre no ano it does not feed the brain. And make us reasonable to question and to me and demanded the best for our society. It is the best sano they are. Yen shas ye free kindergarten no, any primary schools no, any secondary cycle no, ni yen feeding krano with food ebe boa wo mo madwene, ebe boa wo mo aja, ebe mo timi ejina wo mo naso, etimi abeye more productive in society. And yen sa ande a eduane ye de mo no, ebe ma dodo na ye tebo saa edi ehuro esuro ebe hihye wo mu. Enti eja sene wo ka no and we need to talk about it. But Okyehene say emeyen kasa emfa ho ntino. Ye saying ni akasa.
It's very embarrassing. You see, you don't draw yourself and American and then in the adults. People can easily bring out information. When said there are young people here more kasatia a bit more far from they visit some of these schools who identify the challenges which these people and maka And I kind of say what you eat in determine what you are and what you become. Society na your team no. While we growing up, a cracket one ya wona to fear na. At the early stage, ohia and nam then as a form of the year, and ye nam no papa na obe wuna so the diabetes at the door and hypertension kuno. Na ye nam no you know good biana so no onwingu akra na ohia this protein to grow no. Na ye the cerebral kuna de some. So you see, this is the concept that the chance here we. So we think and no more school no now crown so that the number yeding. That is as my echo. Now crown so the number yeding. But panina wuna obe wununa or nam anti free fear and the school and Tim Grana making a biana at the moment. Dr. Ran when you boss what a bachelor what a crown baba ye all the nutrition value now be here to grow because who's there
balanced diet.
Exactly. Your health is key. But we are denying them all these things. You to make a parliament in approve say and school feeding program no you feed akrabia 70 pesos. And Dr. Ren na a cramine crana you wait me feed cramine 70 pesos. Cramine dog. And just so we squeeze this money and give it to caterers no. Amonso no therefore crimes almost be your fast war. So in the end you better mark 30 pesos food, 30 pesos food, and nobody. Because the panel of the contract in a man is more than 70 pesos, or betting 40 free and son of because Chroma yet, Yama will be a Juma, nobody follows to do a checkup. And the Abiana Yano grounds, nobody goes there to check whether Abiana or nutritious value. Now, Chroma say, a no cry frabon thing about Chroma say, oh, ya better no, you can't have FDA or go through as such as I draw your mother bride and your quality and answer and your quality. They don't check. Once on one chair, no if you're in there. No. Yeah,
papa. If Rabruchedia, papa,
yes, but a few days ago, I had a conversation with one of my lecturers or a doctor. And our research area has to do with HIV and people living with HIV on medication. Do you know what happened? This doctor visited hospitals. Now I check it patients no more HIV drugs no or check it or more viral load. Now or whether there's been improvement in as a form. Dr. Ren, people who are on antiretroviral medication for like 1 year, 2 years, or check it or more viral load now. Automatically when you take the antiretroviral drugs, then the viral load will come down if only the drug is quality. But these drugs, will be a free back. Or more normal patient. He took about 100 patients in the space of 1 year. The viral load, I'm telling you. I am telling you somebody on the ground. He's a doctor, he's my friend, and he is into that particular research. When he showed it to me, I was so shocked. Say, hey, this is what is going on. So you see, we live in a country. There is no leadership and once I didn't but nobody do follow up to see say ade we had share as much as say why ni and to school feeding okokoma me say nua na nkra no di no what the man will be kra and yes kra no bedi by the manipa and we said we are training them na say nipa da say who problems we na omu raise ya or hene na wo ti krom na sabi wo influence na say for benya asem papa bia ka no wo nam na to check na say for you see me say emre bi beba yan hwe krom ha wa ho obian respect obio e ya no mo se mrante ne bu ade da bi mrante no bu ade hwan u kanyansasem mrante ne bebu ade hwan you represent something valuable ameka asem chiro me enra I've always have my issues with your friend say Joe Biden ne kwan of so ogu ni mind na se for no by enra me say Joe Biden on secure re-election trust me respect I have for him I times 10. But we are talking about the leader of the free world, America, the most powerful, single powerful office in the whole world, or the right to seek re-election. Or better than said, must study the terrain. I have listened to my people. Reaction. I have to listen to the people. And you know, mean seeking re-election. Hey.
Only from crown 1 quite 80 years or second can be what is so.
Yes. You see, we take some of these things for granted. We take some of these things for granted. Where things are normal, and you're normal. na ye hakra DC is akura suppose ne ahene ahemfo ne nasefo no kra no nipa no wu a obetena so wu on hand it over. And we are talking about the White House our kwatena akodi president or say me dey ato ho. So you see leadership no, there are people out yet taking leadership and yet perfecting it to a certain level, and in perfecting at that, key team and as a common way humanity, serving people, respect. I listen to the people, their welfare, their concern. This is the dictate of modern leadership. By arrogance, not say because of fin, because of time, ahemfone, politicians, they do to me and show who are supposed to serve the people. No, but no number become classic because of their obedient dinner as a phone. Young people will not respect you because it is not about you, it is about what you do and what you represent. And it's a one representing Yansasem and Kenyan Sasema. People will see you as who you are and they will not respect you. You see, Bakata said, respect is a virtue we don't buy, we don't demand, we earn. Menotia ya kasai so obiba respect it is based on the obaya that is why we earn it. It's a currency, a idea we don't buy, we earn. And you don't have to do much. Just live up to your conviction, what you believe in, and do the right thing. It's all that you need to do. You can be part of the government. Akufo-Addo can be your friend. When something is going wrong, be bold enough. Me know your programming, and then my banner said Dr. Ren, Adibi, you cost name, we are my friend. It's just a matter of, hey, doctor, say. Then we move on. It doesn't mean that I don't like you. It doesn't mean that I hate what you're doing. But I see that maybe idea we are way achia, so there is the need for us to move. And no crab one can was up and going forward, and but that mindset we don't have. Yeah, the near sycophancy. Yendi nipa nachine ya monje no so. Why naked cry na yankasa no hoya fe. Near no nkoye, yesi ekoye, all because ye de yafu ne di achire. And that's how politics is either flag bearer or president do hanyo. Because they have to be seen. There's any who are more appointment. It is not based on merit. And I didn't so defend it, not yet defend it. Nipan but will go wrong. You be near kind of crash and say, oh papa, I didn't wait 1 year. No, yet. We have to be in the person's good books. When we come to power, because one person now the power to appoint Obia, and so one yaw dam for and I want to answer ye criticizing about Pekurana, Kale Obia and few. This is the kind of village orientation and bush orientation that they approaching leadership, and I think it's a problem going forward. And then I seeking to change this sick narrative. Say by your politics, that tribal on a certain way, Sabi. I don't know Kobonia or party could be bold enough, look into the face of the person and tell him, Republican, Democrat for sure say, Nancy Pelosi, we had the kind of relationship on it, your first Biden. She was the first person, one of the first person to tell your friend saying, Biden said, Charlie, at some point, but these people, they have two things in common. You see, when my culture said Democrats, liberals. Yeah. But there are some who are natural conservative. Yes, there are some who are natural conservative and are converted to liberalism. Then as for and Joe Biden and then Nancy Pelosi are natural conservative or liberals because they have a Catholic background. All of them are Catholics, and naturally Catholics are conservative. Naturally, not all, but the similarities are quite there. And Robert Joe Biden those times now Okaseti abortion because of his conservative way, but then because of liberal orientation, or say So you see, we need to do some of these things. About more honesty, about gender confidence, about empower manful to do the right thing. But may or sono koto udam kani ebo de di we can't do that. We can't betray our convictions as human beings because that is what makes us. We need to stay true to our convictions because at the end, you don't need to buy the lines between right and right and wrong. And no, we don't need a car. We don't need money. Now what's your body? Your friends say car payment say car bonnet. Yes, so about double, but say car ban was shadow so good. Oh, yeah, Because even at that stage, they know right from wrong to a certain extent. So we cannot just say that may a part of party. And then I'm take you for granted that some classes say we who know. You know very well said there is a problem with the free SHS. People have been saying it. And yeah, NDC for NDC for the politics, civil society organizations, individuals within academia, even a software cracker, media people are saying it. Your friends, international organizations are calling and say, yeah, be about it. At some point, government, the required committee said there is the need to retouch it.
On one case, the finance minister, former finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta can be.
Yes. So and then I'll go to another matron or not in a class or in secondary school or a saboteur.
Not just a pair or no asama or Canadian, not just a Ken Ofori-Atta can be. No, so our finance minister, no so sabotage.
Yes. So but you cannot be more Catholic than the Pope. You see, wait me quite a party, so be a presi nipa na bedu na sa presi no cry time nipa na wo presi no cry say bedu masa ja class sem because wo presi obi adu ba bia na ye class sem e bi na poko ye
na ka beka se bi na poko ye ya wa ka so
so we don't do that. I have a firm way say politics, whether you like it or not, people belong to NDC. You can't do anything about it. Whether you like it or not, people belong to the MPP. Obviously belonging to the medal, especially at the time. Even those within the medal, no, you don't see any seriousness because at this point, the last time I was telling you, say, indeed, if people think that NDC and MPP a problem, and we want to dethrone them, and who is setting renewed effort on the part of these third groups, merging to form a big force to contest power from NDC and MPP. But Obia was only the president. Obia are the followers here. Nipa 11, no person also the president of Ghana. Obi followers 51. Also the president. You see, there is no seriousness. You understand? So we cannot have a conversation and throw away the NDC and the MPP. We can't do that. Whichever way we discuss it, they are the prominent political party, are likely to capture political power. But the thing is, wherever you belong to, Charlie, let us be honest. Let us be forthcoming and realistic with the issues. Baby, a dependent deserves to say, for instance, who said was sent the topic, he said, a commission police, 130 Bangalore, and so forth. It's a good thing. You understand? These are positive things. So, what criticizing the parent could be in job about them. What does them make? Because I am writing a wire, you need to commend the person. But your politics is not taking a different tone. Okay, maybe it's because I've been following American politics for quite a long time. Sometimes when a share the course or then can't say they are perfect, but it's a standard that you can always make reference to. Now, me share the course of Krumana, Dr. Red.
Because Sanya Woken will share a year the countries are. Ye follow almost aspire to be like them when it comes to the democracy. No, democracy, no, the adwene and a democracy. Na the adwene ye democracy na. You say leadership no determine the quality of the follower. And if you say bibi krampona say bi o yempona or when as followers ne kura gine so kura no ankasa tenase wi adwene say no assess no say there be we there. The way I'm a followers, I have to be cautious. And I'll give you an example. Yes. Biblically, Jesus Christ, biblically, we share the concept. And maybe you do your chair, your pan, no, a friend is saying, fishes. Are there chain, and no call different place, no, read the way out, and Kofwa gather on Baso follow knows. I have to be afraid of these so-called followers because because of anything, and yet because of the message. But it's because of the bread and the fish I gave them yesterday. On one advice who said, no, these people, no. Let me be honest to them and tell them that if it is the bread and fish that you followed me today, you are not going to get any bread and fish. So as a leader, say you determine the quality of the follower. And this a follower's no life, no. At least, what can I also do to ensure, say, even though party politics is a man for look up to me as a kufuado. Sebio se me ye boni kra no ombede ombogbaji me so but me being a leader no me what conscience no what na metimi aya metimi unu say ebe mad the destiny of the follower no Because I, the leader, no, I am going to determine the destiny of the follower. And today, I make me sure say me yeah. About the destiny of Ghana for one day ya or motiti ya and omoko school yi. Ehembenye aduane a eye rich. Na sebio Eddie. Na kwankwa ne say me kutua 70 pesos. Anya say 70 pesos near for just workmanship fee o. It includes aduane ombeto. Anya say eye 70p near cleaners and ekwakọ prapra wo aprapra table so see di nkoda na aduane ba besisi wa ma wo mo we 70p no eye de benua no something is
Dr. Ransanity enra na Joe Biden grant interview after the way no na you say Mr. President at your age what you've gone through and open president about what go through personal tragedy pa on a life Joe Biden. I don't say to the idea, Mr. President, whom do you consult? Answer no mine was quite shocking. Or say to the idea critical or consult on one casana home.
Oh yes.
People were confused. But you see, when you consult your own self at critical moment, you're talking about who go within you to conviction, everything comes to bear.
I know you're the reflection, I know you're the reflection of your human being.
Sober reflection.
Yes.
Ask yourself all the critical questions and you are very honest with yourself. You tease things out and you are able to know the next line of action. Because leader in the panel mudineti no obi e bojo so. Hey, me say class politics no Africa me who be down. Nipa no kota menam and niema be koso okrom ha bia no ade chia no pa obenya kwabrane amana kotina TV so no defend it. Now me say now is this politics? Because politics is supposed to stifle intellectual conversation, flip the other side of the conversation, bring out the alternative. Idea or maybe met you better radio, so may can't say my said that is the only solution. Mano see another doctor when raise another solution. And the solution no cry more feasible and more realistic than the mechanic. Media comedy home. Not a plural, not another person will call in. No, should be about Sunday politics. Yeah, politics, you may presume you knew be papa china, you're more so. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. So Yahano, as I say, what man for? Instead of this,
okay. One of the psychology classes, Rebecca Cho said, look at yourself in the mirror. What do you see?
Yes.
Now, I want to say, can't find boy, no pimples, Jerry curls. But a new year or portray for the class to know say he's a handsome person. But in his or her own closet, no, when him say no, when him say otimuso ye trumu, when him say ye kromfo, when him say one kanokre. But person obetimi ama nipa kro na hunu say saa no wote. And you know, uhwe Akufo-Addo no a in the faces of Ghanaians, no, in the faces of the world, no, or portray a picture say, oh, emi enkope bosiabo. But when him say within Akumemuno, or no, a champion of Bosiabo. And that is the nature of our people. No, and into leading to the answer, Joe Biden, the man say, he consult himself. Because if you cannot be true to yourself, you can never be true to anybody.
Yes. That is the level of honesty as your politics. Trust. We must always seek to and then one of the platforms our can say, so is it right? Say Obiwa Baimua. And then on your Ghana ni na identity no didn't into state asset. And I make a trouble say, you see, maybe I now want to politics asset. Politics at this time no assuming a certain intellectual prominence. A man 40 as in the album and do woman as someone when it. If you don't sit at par with this high prominence, you always be lagging because and then governance are winning. I did the fapping a trust between the people and the affairs independent of government.
Yeah.
Whenever anything be able to jeopardize this link, that government is dead and gone. So you must always do things. And you know, so when I over abaimu, and because of your privileged position, one can have a certain price. Now I see a quota no. When the average teacher not take class and cannot. For instance, there was a time not judges to one casa or move V8 you turn over about $70,000 and they were buying it 7,000 Ghana cedi, 70 million. Yes. Well, yes, I deal with ya. Do you expect people to trust you? Now you're stating we see the basic element of trust. And I keep telling people, I understand that conflict of interest do not bear criminal liabilities unless you extend it a bit further to engage in fraud and maybe your friends say criminal activities like corruption and so forth. But they are moral and ethical principles that are supposed to regulate governance in order to ensure that this trust in our will be anchored. Citizens, or mind so. Because America 2020 election now, Trump can't say we are no. There was this veil of trust between American people and the political establishment. The very moment Trump said, we are not, then every trust they have in the institution got torn. What happened? For the first time, people invaded the Capitol Hill, attacked police officers, invaded the Capitol Hill, and we saw what happened.
America.
Yes, America with all the powerful, sophisticated machine guns, people invaded the Capitol Hill. So you see, we need to begin to realize governance, you are not there because
now what Ghana now what ye kokoti esu a wo kwan nye wunsuo nye wo no kra won tumi no wo mo kra mo bibia ye papa kra po no kra ne ka se ewie mu abakra hwe bebi omo de omo ko ye.
Yes, now I'll talk credit and upon social media trunk as some defending them miss aban ya there with me about abaso. But you see that I keep telling people that in a failed state like ours nobody is a hero. We don't even understand. You see, in America, some of the big corporations now, and never back for deal. But when a sika 5 or more put well together. Sabi, or making sure that they are taking the company to a different level. Sika no be a radio station back on the ensuo company be tired of one. The the talkers are and they are years Saturday. When they have the potential to do a lot to invest, for the Akaya ye near to club. Na ya no men sane ye fo am to twentwetwe ne na ye fa nkra maiwa. That is all that usika e kire okroma say. But these people foresight. You know, say two or four people within this rich people can put out a company sabi a bit absorb a number of people from the street and they will make money. But what be a radio station nowadays pure water company be attached that we no na be say we sika na aka ni na Rolls Royce na ya shepe na Saturday near the nam kwanya wo faso enyeye na ye the fan for yere. That is all that money is about. You understand? I think we need to reorient, begin to have foresight. Na ye hu say sika, leadership, politics ni nyina at the end of the day. One question, Dr. Ren, what's radio see impact ben will make here? It is not about how many dollars you will pay. Now dollars there when I win we as a dollar you can't feed anybody. The boy. You can't feed everybody. You understand? And you can't solve problems. But at the end of the day, the question is impact ben will make here. When you go down, now call them now for do arms, now look around that. How many people what may change your life? How many people what may influence it? That is the most valuable thing. I'll bet me. Are you proud of yourself? Now, yeah, and then my plot to easily go and my sissy dying. What about them? What is be a woo? Yeah, in the diner, the casa see in that. We need to make impact. We need to make humanity a priority. Obiti, on second rent. Obetunu the dynamo the fragile Canada chest officer or the Koso seed. That is who we are.
Wouldn't say workers as a way nature, my memfa when Tremuna ye are twasso. A year the golden last, a year respect funeral service, say, member on Kaya say, and idea, one will be taking full responsibility of the whole funeral from a year beginning to end. Almost services are providing be undertaking, decoration, coffin, canopies, chairs, sound system, ambulance, obin kase, obin na emumno, ye nami die, why ye papo, why ye papo, wonu die, eja, ebebantu, wunami. Send ye boss one, ye papa ne preko. Na we ye papa na untimi nkwa Ghana enkwa nkwesi u maami ana papa bia. The Golden Last Respect Funeral Services ebo modia womo ewo Paul Bearers, live band adoa any kiti any photography omutimi bo modia de aboa ana afi nzu no. Ometimi aboa a omo opportunity bi abetimi aye part payment na afi no remaining a year balance no. Wetua no after the program. Omo terms and conditions no applied. One more location ewo Wager a broadcasting junction and a Kaswa Road wa one more telephone numbers near +233 530 660060 and answer to me after one more +233 5058 57446 +233 530 660060. na bomodin afre wo mo na omuntimi emboa Ivan onim say o ka sa asem we ade e de ma adwene kosi so eye say sacrifice ene you know akwa say the word sacrifice no kra no any Ghana for dictionary mu titru ye payinfo I say obi a be so be sacrifice I say ye fum ene hwe japade a MPP ba ye womo from state lands a womo from enso Kwame Nkrumah G lands yi free ahemfofo won kranfo any baby bia Kwame Nkrumah G free ahemfofo we oye ne se de ba beboa ekuro no ye de ba be ya de ama kuro no nyina nya won faso enti ekodu da ye ntimi mfa nya de ne mboa kuro no nyina no a ye nsamfa asase ne ma ahemfofo do ene de ye lands a ekufo adomo ba ye womo ye grabbing wa womo ye state capture I as said there is no tomorrow, no sacrifice.
Yeah, that is the difference between a true visionary leader and a petty criminal who has converted himself into a leader. Like he's just faking that he's a leader. Because
Ivan.
Okay. There are a lot of criminals in court pretending to be leaders, but they are not. Dr. Ren, look at Kwame Nkrumah. You see, I don't like the argument Kwame Nkrumah, because his era is gone. We can't recreate Kwame Nkrumah's era. Things were different. I appreciate that. But this is a guy. Look at Tema Township. He secured the entire land with a vision of building an industrial city. An industrial city where nobody will live there, but rather no, you be creative factory in as a for and you build it a motorway. So we started from Accra straight to an industrial area because on the part now have films those chemical way, you know.